So this new Halloween film is directed by David Gordon Green and is envisioned as the true sequel to the 1978 original Halloween film. It takes place 40 years after the events of that film, just like the gap between the films in real life, and Michael Myers has escaped from captivity. He's on the loose once again in Huddersfield, Illinois, but this time Laurie Strode is prepared for him. Now before I tell you my thoughts on this film, I need to explain to you guys my perspective, because I only just watched the original Halloween for the very first time the other day, and honestly I didn't really like it. I know that's going to rustle some feathers because it's an all-time acclaimed classic, but I watched it, didn't care for it. My hopes weren't super sky high for the new Halloween, but basically I went into this new Halloween film without an attachment to the original Halloween film or any of the sequels that came after it. I just went into this hoping for a better version of the original Halloween film, or just an entertaining slasher film in general. And just like the original, I wasn't all that thrilled with this new Halloween film, unfortunately. I did like it a little better than the original, and I'm going to be the only person on earth who thinks that this new Halloween is at all better than the original one. I understand that. Now obviously with the advancements of time and technology, the kills and the presentation of the film are going to be better in this one than the original film. The kills in the original Halloween I found kind of underwhelming, so the kills in Halloween 2018 I found much more satisfying. They were much more brutal, very bloody, very gory at times. And the film does have pockets of intensity and suspense here and there, like parts where Michael Myers is stalking somebody in a neighborhood and it's playing that classic John Carpenter Halloween theme. That stuff was well done. I love the Halloween theme, by the way. The musical score in this film in general was also really great, probably the best part about the film. But in a world where everybody has different responses to things, you know, subjectivity and whatnot, I just didn't really find this new Halloween film to be super entertaining or super thrilling or super effective. Just like the original Halloween, it takes a simplistic approach in the storytelling and the characters. Like, it's not trying to be Amadeus in terms of the story, it's not trying to be deep or super compelling necessarily. It just wants to be entertaining and have some genre thrills with a serial killer going around killing a bunch of people. And I wouldn't say that the execution was bad or poorly done, it just didn't have the effect that it needed to have for me personally. And when a film like this doesn't do what I want it to do in terms of thrilling and entertaining me, I'm forced to then look at the characters and the story, and the characters are, yeah, who gives a crap. The best character by a mile was Laurie Strode. I actually quite liked how she changed from the first film to the second film, because in the first film she was a hollow, bland high schooler who was there for Michael Myers to go after and try and kill, but in the second one she is quite the badass. She's got all the weapons, she's trained all her life, she's really hardcore, she's really just on top of everything. She's been living with the PTSD for 40 years, so she's a bit more compelling of a character this time round. It was quite reminiscent of Sarah Connor in the first two Terminator films, where in Terminator 1 Sarah Connor was kind of the wimpy waitress running away from the thing that's trying to kill her, and then in Terminator 2 she was the real badass who was actually going after the thing trying to kill her this time. So Laurie Strode, easily the best character of this film. Everybody else, you really don't give a crap because they're just there to get killed by Michael Myers, and they serve their basic purpose for that. Overall guys, I will say that if you're a massive Halloween fan, this film's probably going to be your holy grail and you're going to defend it to your dying death, and fair play to you. But as somebody who is not connected to this franchise whatsoever, and as somebody who is one of the only few people who didn't care for the original Halloween film, I wasn't all that thrilled with this new 2018 Halloween film. I like Laurie Strode as a character, like I said, and it's got doses of suspense and intensity, and it's got a really great musical score by John Carpenter. But again, I just didn't find the film to be all that entertaining, all that thrilling, all that effective. So I just ended up seeing it as kind of a conventional slasher film that is considerably better made than most slasher films, but it just doesn't really add anything new to the genre in the long run. In the end, I'll go 2.5 out of 5 for Halloween. So guys, tell me in the comments below what you thought of this new Halloween and how does it compare to the rest of the franchise for you. And if you want to see more of my stuff, click on one of these in a second, and I'll see you all next time.